All right, let's dive into some of the coolest tech to come out of CES 2025. We're talking laptops, gadgets, and innovations.
It really seems like, from all the stuff we're looking at this year, companies are trying to impress people with new
Yeah,
ideas,
going beyond just like slightly better this or that.
pushing the limits.
Let's start with laptops. I mean,
Yeah,
who wouldn't want a laptop with a screen that rolls out?
right.
Uh,
Lenovo's ThinkBook Plus Gen 6, it's got that rollable display.
And you can go from like a 14-inch to almost 17, right?
It's pretty incredible. 14 inches to a spacious, almost 17-inch display. That's what makes people think, okay, the future's here.
But future's expensive. It's like $3,500, right?
Mm.
So is it a game changer or just like a fun thing for a couple of people?
Well, maybe for early adopters who want the new tech and have the money.
Right.
But I think if the tech gets cheaper, rollable displays could be everywhere in a few years.
Then we have the ZenBook A14 from Asus. Under a kilogram. That's crazy light.
It's really light.
Even lighter than a MacBook Air, they say.
Yeah,
32-hour battery life, too.
that's a lot.
I don't even know if that's possible.
It's definitely impressive. And the body is aluminum.
What's aluminum?
It's a special type of aluminum, more durable, less likely to scratch than the regular aluminum.
Oh, okay.
So it should be good for people who want it to last and to travel around with it.
Then there's Acer, going green with the Aspire Vero. They're using recycled plastic.
Yeah, more and more companies are doing that.
But they're also using something made from oyster shells.
It's true, using oyster shells to make a laptop.
Wild.
Yeah. It's cool to see companies thinking of new ways to be more sustainable.
Plus, it's designed to be fixed easily, so you don't have to just throw it away when something goes wrong.
Exactly. It's better for the planet and your wallet if you can fix it instead of replacing it.
Now, Lenovo also has the Yoga Slim 9i. It's got this beautiful OLED display with almost no bezel.
Almost no bezel and a glass lid with I think they call it a cat eye finish.
Fancy.
It's pretty sleek.
Yeah.
And they claim it's got a 17-hour battery life too, so elegant and long-lasting.
Yeah, but what about people who use laptops for work, not just looking pretty?
Well, Lenovo didn't forget about them. They have the ThinkPad X9 with a totally new design, textured bottom for grip.
Oh, so it doesn't slide around.
Exactly. They also have this engine hub thing for better cooling and easier repairs.
Smart. What about AI? Is that in everything now?
It's definitely getting there. The ThinkPad actually comes with a built-in AI assistant.
Fancy.
Yeah. And it's powered by Meta's Llama 3.0. It runs right on the device, not in the cloud.
So it's faster and more private.
That's the idea. You don't have to worry about your data going who knows where.
And for people who need a lot of power, there's HP's ZBook Ultra G1. It's like a workstation, but small.
Yeah, it's packing a 16-core AMD Ryzen AI Max Pro processor.
15 cores.
It's powerful, and it can share a whopping 96 gigabytes of memory with the GPU.
Whoa!
So yeah, this thing can handle video editing, 3D stuff, anything that needs a lot of oomph.
Now, gaming laptops. Gotta talk about gaming laptops.
Of course. The Alienware Area 51 models are back. They've got the new NVIDIA RTX 50 series chips, Intel Core Ultra 9 CPUs. Seriously powerful.
So it can run anything you throw at it.
Pretty much. And they're not just powerful, they look awesome. Anodized aluminum bodies, color-shifting finish, and even a see-through part that shows the components inside.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
They even have lights inspired by the Northern Lights.
So you can have a light show while you're gaming?
Pretty much. Alienware knows that gamers want their machines to look as good as they perform. But hey, CES isn't just about laptops, right?
Right. What else caught your eye?
Well, there's this really cool household robot, the K20 Plus Pro. It's got a modular design, which means you can add different attachments to it.
So it can do different things.
Yeah, like it can be an air purifier one day, a security camera the next. Who knows what they'll come up with next?
That's pretty clever.
It's like a Swiss Army knife for your home.
And what about this phone toaster?
Oh yeah, that's fun. It's not actually a toaster, though. It's a swappable battery system. You pop your phone in, and it swaps your dead battery for a fully charged one.
So no more waiting around for your phone to charge.
Exactly. Perfect for people who are always on the go.
But what about cost? Seems like that could get pricey.
Yeah, it's a bit of a luxury item right now. $450 for the base, and then like $120 for each extra battery. So not exactly cheap.
Definitely not. Okay, last one. Rocket smart glasses. Tell me those are as cool as they sound.
They're pretty awesome, like Ray-Ban Meta glasses, but they actually have a functional display. You can use them for live translations as a teleprompter,
No way.
even take photos and videos without anyone knowing.
Oh, wow, that's like something out of a spy movie.
Right. It's really cool tech. I think AR is going to be huge in the next few years.
It's like having a heads-up display right there in front of you.
Exactly. I think we're just scratching the surface of what's possible with this stuff. But there's so much more to explore from CES 2025.
Yeah, I know. This is only part one of our CES deep dive.
All right, welcome back to our deep dive into CES 2025. Last time, we looked at some pretty awesome laptops and gadgets.
Yeah, there was some seriously cool stuff there.
Now I think it's time to zoom out a bit, see the bigger picture. What trends are we seeing from all this new tech?
Well, one thing that keeps popping up is AI. It seems like it's everywhere.
You're right, it's not just a buzzword anymore. Remember that ThinkPad X9 with the built-in AI assistant?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That's a great example of how AI is becoming integrated into our everyday devices.
And that thing about it running locally on the device, not in the cloud.
Right, that's a big deal for privacy. People are more concerned about their data these days, and for good reason.
Yeah, you don't want your information floating around who knows where.
Exactly. Plus, it means faster response times because it doesn't have to talk to a server somewhere.
So it's more private and more efficient.
Win-win. Another big trend we're seeing is sustainability.
Yeah, like that Acer Aspire Vero with the recycled plastic and oyster shells.
That was a really innovative use of materials. And they're not alone. More and more companies are thinking about the environmental impact of their products.
It's good to see companies taking responsibility.
Yeah, people are starting to demand it.
And it's not just about using recycled materials.
Right. It's also about designing products that last longer, that can be repaired.
So you don't have to just throw them away after a couple of years.
Exactly. It's better for the environment, and it saves people money in the long run. Okay, but enough about saving the planet for now. Let's talk gaming.
Yes. Those Alienware laptops were insane.
They really went all out this year. Those new NVIDIA chips, the Intel processors, the power is incredible.
Plus, they look amazing, like those color-shifting finishes.
Yeah, they're not just functional, they're stylish too. Alienware understands that gamers want a machine that looks as good as it performs.
And what about handhelds? The Lenovo Legion Go S with SteamOS was pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, that's a game changer. It's like having a gaming PC in your pocket.
It's amazing how powerful these handheld devices are getting.
Yeah.
You can play pretty much any game on the go now.
And it's not just about the power, it's about the flexibility. You can switch between your PC and your handheld seamlessly.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, one last thing I want to touch on. The metaverse. We there yet?
Well, we're getting closer. Remember those Rocket smart glasses?
Those were mind-blowing.
They're a really interesting glimpse into the future of augmented reality. Imagine a world where you can access information, connect with people, even experience different realities, all through a pair of glasses.
It sounds like science fiction, but it's starting to feel like a real possibility.
It is, and it has the potential to change everything: how we work, how we learn, how we interact with the world around us.
It's exciting and a little bit scary all at the same time.
I know, right? It's like we're standing on the edge of something huge. But hey, that's what makes tech so fascinating. It's always changing, always pushing boundaries.
And we'll keep exploring those boundaries in part 3 of our CES deep dive. Okay, so we've talked about the coolest gadgets, the big trends, all that good stuff.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty amazing things at CES this year.
But now I want to know, what does it all mean? What's next for tech?
That's the big question, right? I think CES is as much about the future as it is about the present.
Yeah, it's like a sneak peek at what's coming next.
Exactly. Remember those Rocket smart glasses? I think that's a big hint. The way they blend the real world with digital information.
Yeah, those are something else.
Imagine walking around with all that information right in front of you. Translations, directions, anything you need.
It'd be like having a personal assistant built right into your glasses.
Exactly. And as the metaverse keeps developing, I think we'll see that blending of real and digital become even more seamless.
So, like, attending virtual meetings but feeling like everyone's actually in the room with you?
Yeah, or exploring new worlds without even leaving your house.
That's pretty wild. But what about the more practical stuff?
What do you mean?
Like, not everyone wants to live in a virtual world. Some people just want tech that makes their lives easier.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's where we see innovation happening too. Remember the phone toaster?
Oh, yeah, the battery swapping thing.
Exactly. It's a simple idea, but it solves a real problem. People are always running out of battery.
And it's a lot faster than waiting for your phone to charge.
Right. So innovation doesn't always have to be super high-tech. Sometimes it's just about finding a clever solution to an everyday problem.
So as we wrap up our deep dive, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from CES this year?
That's a good question. I think the biggest takeaway for me is that technology is becoming more and more personal. It's adapting to our individual needs and integrating itself into every aspect of our lives.
So it's not just about using tech anymore, it's about tech becoming a part of who we are.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. And it raises some interesting questions like what kind of relationship do we want to have with technology? How do we make sure it's being used ethically and responsibly?
Those are big questions, but I think they're important ones to consider.
Absolutely. We can't just blindly embrace new technology without thinking about the implications.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today, from rollable laptops to oyster shell computers, robots, and even virtual worlds.
It's been an exciting journey through the world of CES 2025.
And it's clear that the future of tech is bright.
Yeah, it's full of possibilities. It's up to us to shape that future, to use technology for good, to solve problems, and to create a better world.
I like that. And to all our listeners out there, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into CES 2025. We hope you're as excited about the future of tech as we are.